Hello, friends. Welcome to Big John's laboratory. Yeah, it didn't work. Today I have an idea. I'm going to try something. I'm going to try and simulate granite quickly. You're going to have an airbrush to do this if it works. You can look up Next Level Painting or 100 different guys. They'll show you their different ways of doing granite, but that's basically hand painting all the veins. This should make it quicker using one of these little antibacterial wipes. They're like, if you look, kind of like a little spider web in there of different fibers and shit. And you're just going to tear it apart or pull it apart. And I've got this old piece of 140K terrain. I primed it black and then sprayed over with somber gray to give us the blue for the veins. And then I took some of that sheeting and tore it out and made it all like spider web. I think you could probably use some of the costume store spider web to do this. Maybe. Don't have access to it at this moment, but we'll try that later. So, back in a minute with granite, or as the dwarves put it, granite. In a minute. Alrighty. So, as you all can see, I've taken the little fibrous pad thingy, made it look like spider webs by very slowly and methodically doing this. Yes, it's a little time consuming at first, but that's just because I have to find the right pads or the right towelettes. I don't know what the fuck you call them. But what we're going to do is we're going to wrap this up like so. Try and get it nice and taut like a tiger. I don't remember what movie that's from, and I did it horribly. Fuck it. But I'm going to look kind of like that. Alright. Then, let's get some Celestra Gray going in my airbrush.
I'm sorry, I just got to say, I feel like William Shatner right now. I'm dying of spiders.
Alright. Make sure this is nice and taut. And what we're going to do is spray this on, contrary to what Warhammer TV would say, one thick coat. So, put it on kind of heavy. Let's see if this even works. Probably should have thinned this paint down a little bit more, but it was an earlier experiment that was already packaged, so fuck it. Alright. This, and try and stay about 90 degrees to the part so that you don't get any weird, you want veins, but not like weird shadows. So we're going to need just a couple more drops. 1, 2, 3. I think 3 will work. Alright, I'm going to let that sit and dry, and then we will remove the cobwebs and see if my experiment has worked. I'm doing evil scientist fingers. We'll be back in just a minute. Alright, well, experiment 1 didn't quite give me that effect. A little too dark on the gray, I think. So I'm going to just try some white primer and see if that makes the veins pop out more. There is a joke to be made there, but I won't make it because, well, PG-13ish. Alright.
You're not allowed one fucking a PG-13.
And you've taken it from me, thanks.
You're welcome.
This As Gimli said, that was deliberate. That was deliberate. I think the key to this particular thing will be maintaining the right tension, not tautness, on the webbing type stuff. Or spraying on nice and gentle like so that you don't move the webbing away.
Worst case scenario, we get some webs.
This is true.
So you've got some paint on them.
Yes, many webs. I have many of these. Alright. I'll let this completely dry and pull it off, and we'll do a big reveal, hopefully. Right back in a moment. Alright, now we're going to unwrap it as it is dried and see if it worked. Not sure if it did, but if it didn't, you've just wasted all of your time. But I'm getting people watching my videos, so I don't care. I'm joking, of course. I will find a way to make this work one way or the other. Alright. Let's see here. Oh, turned out a little better than I thought. Not quite as stark as I would like it, but the main column turned out pretty nice.
Hang on,
I'll let my loyal cameraman zoom in.
there you go.
It's not the exact effect I was going for. I think
good though.
No, it does. I think a little thicker coat of paint, maybe another coat over that would have been good. And I think the key to this is proper tension with this stuff.
Zoom back up.
I mean, that looks pretty marbly to me. I'll take some close-up pictures, let you know. I mean, certain areas got a little thicker, but it's supposed to be natural rock. And for something with these kinds of...
Yeah, we only did the one side.
Right. I was
just saying we showed the back, the gray, the flat gray.
That's black.
Yeah, that underneath there.
But this was the starter color. But I just want to try on this because it was the most prominent edge.
That looks pretty good.
I think it turned out much better than I
one
thought.
wash, I think you're good to go.
Yes.
You little dry brush up on that broken shit, but I mean,
right.
Yeah.
I have another idea to try because I was noticing all these neat details. I think I could get like this area and such to be marbly, but what I'm going to try next time in episode 2 of Marble, or as the dwarves call it, Marble. I'm going to tear up my little pad here, get little bitty cobweb looking things like this that I can kind of just slap onto the smaller details like here and kind of hold it and more carefully apply to the dry brush. That's tearing, but I'll get that down before the next video. And then try and get it in the little areas here and here. Now, of course, with these kinds of terrain, there's a lot of little details you want to paint afterwards. And after I paint up all the little details, I think it'll look a little bit cooler. But that was experiment number 1 in Big John's laboratory on granite. And I'm actually happy with how it turned out. So I'll give you some close-up pictures for the end of the video. But until next time, from all of us here at DeathCraftDungeon, craft or die. And have a wonderful week. Peace.